This will be our discussion on 12 Angry Men. We watch this as a group. All of us.
Okay, what did you guys think of the movie? Did you think they worked together as a group as jurors?
I thought they worked together good as a group because, well, first one, the guy said that he put not guilty in as a vote, but then it was 11-1 and 11 people said guilty and they all wanted to leave because they couldn't.
Well, I didn't think they worked together too much. I don't think they worked together good as a group.
No. They just wanted to get out of there and go do their own thing.
That's what I felt too.
Wanted to kind of go to, one guy wanted to go to a basketball game or a baseball game or something, and they all had plans.
Everybody just wanted to go home except
The one guy.
Who actually had points to prove before sending off an 18-year-old kid to his execution.
Yeah.
What do you think, Katie?
I thought that in some ways they did work good as a group, but it was more towards them when that guy started convincing them that the guy was not guilty and showing the evidence and stuff because they weren't really looking at the evidence in the beginning.
What do you guys think about the witnesses? Do you think they were credible? Like the guy
No, the one
and the girl?
The one girl was what, she didn't have her glasses on. When she seen, she had to wear glasses.
Yeah.
And then the guy, he had that stroke, and he they said he couldn't make it. And what was the timer on? Were they saying like 15 or 40 seconds, or when that guy walking on that place?
What did you think, Brian?
50 seconds?
15 seconds?
15 seconds?
Yeah, that's what he had said.
So, yeah.
So then that didn't prove a point. But then the lawyers, they didn't really show what they were supposed to be doing.
Right.
I think the lawyers just want to get it done and over with too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said in the beginning his lawyer wasn't really, his lawyer was court appointed, wasn't it?
I don't know, but I think he must have been because it didn't seem like he was really fighting for the kid.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was this kid's life that they depended on. I mean, they said that he automatically would go to the chair.
Chair, yeah. You're only at 18 years old too, especially with all the problems he had with his father.
Yeah.
What do you think about that one juror that was like coughing all the time? He was the one that was always saying, "No, he's guilty. No, he's guilty."
Oh, yeah.
The
He
last
just
one
seemed
that
like
they-
he wanted to get out of there and go with the majority vote.
At the end, though, did you notice that I think a lot of his guilty verdict was he had problems with his family life at home with his own kid.
Right.
When he ripped up that picture and then he was saying, he just kind of ripped it up and it seemed like him and his son were having problems.
Yeah.
And that's where it all came down to. And that's why he kept saying guilty, guilty, guilty.
Right.
Kind of related to it a little.
Yeah. Well, the ending, though, I thought was good when they all came upon an agreement and they all looked over the evidence and they talked as a group and then they realized.
It was funny, though, how it started off with 11-1 guilty. And then it kept going. The more they discussed it, then it went 6-6 and 9-4. And before you knew it, then it was all of them except that one
Do you
guy.
think the kid was guilty or?
Well, it's hard for me to say if he's guilty or not because we didn't really get to see the trial. But with the evidence they talked about, I'd say no, he probably wasn't guilty. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I would say with the evidence they came up with, like right away I would say he was guilty, but with the evidence they showed along with it and his background, yeah, I would probably say not guilty.
Well, he had proof that he wasn't home at the time, didn't he?
Not clear. It wasn't exactly. No one's seen him at the movies, and no one. I don't know.
He could. Yeah, he said he couldn't remember what movie he was at. But then when they asked somebody in there, well, what did you, I forget exactly what he said, but like, what did you wear for clothes yesterday? And how about the day before? And the guy couldn't remember what he ate or whatever. And so then he said, well, see, you're not even under stress and you can't remember.
Right.
So that just kind of shows too that questioning somebody, putting them at
On the spot
right.
makes them think harder. And then... Yeah, it was a good movie though.
Yeah, I thought it was good too. What else did you take any notes, Katie? Of like what else you thought we could?
Could have been in color.
Yeah, I could have been in color. I thought, but
So overall, like talking in a group session like that, what do you think of like group decisions and how they work together as team? And would you stick up for somebody like that, or would you just go along with it?
honestly, I would stick up for someone like that.
Even if you were one not guilty and the rest were guilty, would you stick to your guns like that? I don't know if I would.
I don't know. I might have broke down.
Would you?
Yes, I
Yeah,
go to
actually,
a
we
basketball
really
game or
need-
not.
I'd say we really need to
You're
look
talking
at the
about a
evidence
kid's life.
closer because
I'm just kidding.
there's always stuff that's being missed.
Right. And when
If
you,
it was based on something like that, yeah, I'd want more evidence than what they gave them in the beginning to even base my vote.
well, and I think too, this is a good lesson to, as far as working. If you believe in something, you should stick with it
Well, you know, I think jurors should be able to ask questions
during the process.
during the process instead of just lawyers.
Right.
Yeah, because you go into the room and you forget what they.
Well, the jurors always got more questions than what the lawyers ask.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the lawyers are just,
Yeah, they ask.
they're just turning everything around then.
Don't lawyers just usually write the basic questions down that they think are going to be asked instead of really thinking about it and wanting to know the
No,
truth?
they find stuff that they can fight against. Either the court thinks they come up with evidence for the guy usually, but that's what he didn't come up with good evidence really for him.
Well, I was a juror once, and the questions asked by the lawyer, I had a lot different questions of which I could ask
Right,
to help me
yeah,
come up with a verdict.
to understand them better
Mm-hmm.
and understand the case itself.
Well, understand if the kid's guilty or not guilty.
Yeah, okay.
And you said they all said in that group decision too that they
They all wanted to go home.
right, and you just said they were saying guilty on them.
Yep.
So I know it's hard. I guess at the point they're trying to stress here is working together as a group and making a decision and talking things through.
Yep, don't just stick to everyone else's opinion.
Right, if
Don't
you
just follow your
Stick
own.
to your guns.
right, and make them prove to you, like they kept saying in there, it has to be proven beyond what they say.
Shadow of a
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah, and not just my opinion. They have to prove that he's guilty. So overall, I thought the movie was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron, what do you think?
I'd watch it again.
Okay, well, this is our group discussion, so
And 12 Angry Men.